Namaste Gurukulians, my dear students of Gurukul Nilokhedi and Gurukul Jyoti sir. Hope that you are fit and fine at your home along with your family members. So today I will start chapter number 11. This is third video on the chapter pressure of class 8th. Class 8th, chapter number 11, that is pressure. This is third part of this chapter. As I discussed in previous two videos, what is pressure, what is the formula of pressure, variation of pressure, or we can say what are the factors on which pressure depends, with some examples, with numericals, and how liquid and gases exert pressure, and with one activity you can say what are the properties of liquid pressure. Similarly, we will continue with next topic, that is atmospheric pressure. Today's topics of discussion is atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. What is atmospheric pressure? Atmospheric, it is known as the air pressure. It is also known as air pressure. As it's clear from its name, atmospheric pressure, the pressure exerted by the atmosphere on the surface of the earth. The pressure which is due to the atmosphere of the earth. As we know, suppose this is our earth, and this is the atmosphere of the earth, and it is in the form of many layers, thin layers. Atmosphere. So as we know, atmosphere, it is made up of number of gases. So the pressure exerted by the atmosphere on the surface of the earth is known as atmospheric pressure. It means the pressure due to atmosphere or due to air on the surface of earth. On the surface of earth, this pressure is known as atmospheric pressure. So there is a one device by which we can measure atmospheric pressure. There is one instrument, scientific instrument, that is barometer. Barometer, it is a scientific instrument which is used to measure atmospheric pressure. It is a scientific instrument which is used to measure atmospheric pressure. It is a scientific instrument which is used to measure atmospheric pressure, or you can say air pressure. This device or this instrument is known as barometer. But we will not study this barometer in detail, but there is another device in our syllabus, that is manometer. We will discuss in next videos. But you must know what is the device which measure atmospheric pressure. Now, how we can measure, in which units atmospheric pressure is measured? The standard atmosphere unit is, as we know that, what is the unit of pressure? Pascal. And 1 Pascal equal to pressure SI unit is Pascal. and 1 Pascal equal to 1 Newton per meter square. 1 Pascal equal to 1 Newton per meter square. So there is a one specific value of atmospheric pressure of the earth. The specific, there is a some standard value you can say of earth atmospheric pressure, and that value you can learn directly. 1.01 into 10 raised to power 5 Pascal. 1.013 into 10 raised to power 5 Pascal, or 1.013 into 10 raised to power 5 Newton per meter square. This is the standard value of the atmosphere, or you can say this is the atmospheric pressure of the earth. It is generally we can write this value is equal to 1 atm, that is standard atmosphere. This value you can learn directly, that is this value is equal to 1 atm, that is one standard atmosphere equal to this value, that is 1.013 into 10 raised to power 5 Pascal. So this value is directly is the 1 atm, that is one standard atmosphere, one standard atmosphere. So this is the unit by which we can measure the atmospheric pressure, and this is the device which is used to measure atmospheric pressure. So we can take the practical example or general example how the atmospheric pressure acting on an object. The very simple example you can take of atmospheric pressure. Very simple example we can take, that is rubber sucker. That is rubber sucker. Suppose, for example, in the case of rubber sucker, as you can see, this is the you might have seen that rubber sucker. This is a shape of rubber sucker. It is made up of rubber sucker, as its name clear from this. As it is clear from its name, that is, it is made up of rubber, and it is used to suck or we can say it fixed directly on the surface of smooth surface. It is used in car windows, or it can be fixed on the smooth surface. It can be fixed on the smooth surfaces. Fix up easily on the smooth surface, like car window, glass window, kitchen tile. These are the material on which rubber sucker can be fixed up very easily. How it fix up very easily on the surface on the smooth surface? If we are thinking, suppose we have a wall. That is, or you can say we have a tile, smooth kitchen tile. So we have a kitchen tile that is having a smooth surface. This is the kitchen tiles with smooth surface, and we have a rubber sucker, and we are placing that rubber sucker, and we are applying force on an area. So as we know, pressure equal to force upon area. We are applying force on an area, that is pressure is acting on this surface. Pressure is acting on this surface. By applying force, when this, suppose this is rubber sucker and this is smooth surface, and if we want to fix this rubber sucker on this smooth surface, we must have to apply some force on this rubber sucker with some area, or that is, in other words, we can say we are applying pressure. If we are applying pressure, the air inside this gap, air inside this gap will pushed out. Air will pushed out. It means inside this gap, pressure will be less pressure will be there. So, but on the surface, continuously atmospheric pressure is acting on it. On the complete outer surface, atmospheric pressure acting on the outer surface, but that is with high pressure in comparison of the inside pressure of the rubber. Because if we are applying pressure on the top of the rubber, the air inside this cap will be pushed out. Hence, pressure will decrease. Inside this cap, pressure is decreasing. But on the outer surface, pressure is acting continuously with high pressure. So, if we are looking from outer side, high pressure is acting, but here is the reason, we can say, where low pressure is there. Then high pressure will continuously acting on the outer surface, that will fix up this rubber on the tile, on the smooth surface. That's why rubber sucker is fix up, or we can say fix up very easily on the smooth surface, because of the low pressure inside the cap and high pressure, that is atmospheric pressure outer side of this cap. That's why we have to apply some force to remove this cap. We must have to apply to remove this cap, or we can say to take out from this surface. We have to apply some external force. Without any external force, this rubber sucker can't be spill out. It will not be removed automatically. It is because of, if we are applying force, it can be removed. And that, you can say, that force must be greater than atmospheric pressure. That force must be greater than atmospheric pressure, so that we can remove this rubber too very easily. So this is the example of rubber sucker, or by which we can understand what is atmospheric pressure and how atmospheric pressure acting on an object. By this example you can learn very easily. So in terms of activity, you can think about, suppose you have in terms of activity, you can think, suppose you have a plastic cup or glass. Plastic cup you can take with activity by which you can understand how atmospheric pressure acting on the objects. You can take plastic cup with some water with having a cardboard, and you can do one thing. Suppose this is the glass plastic cup, this is the plastic cup, and if we have another, you can say we have a cardboard, and this plastic cup is filled with water, and you are taking a cardboard of 4 to 6 centimeter, and that cardboard, if you are put on the surface of this glass, and after applying the force, if you are pressing this in downward direction, and you are reversing that glass water, or you can say plastic cup, and leave that by doing 2 or 3 times, and suddenly if we remove that cardboard will be fixed on that surface, Suppose this is the plastic cup is filled with water, and we have a cardboard, and we are pressing on the upper surface. By applying some force, applying on an area, force is there, area is there, it means pressure is acting on the cardboard. By applying pressure, and if you remove, or you can say tilt this plastic cup in downward direction like this, now this cardboard will be fixed up for a few seconds, you can say. It is because the atmospheric pressure is acting on it, and obviously it is very clear the weight of the liquid that is present inside this plastic cup is acting in downward direction. The weight of the water acting in downward direction, but atmospheric pressure acting on in upward direction. If this atmospheric pressure, what is this? This is atmospheric pressure. If this atmospheric pressure is greater than the weight of liquid, weight of water, you can say, inside this plastic cup, then this cardboard will fix up for a few moments. So this is the another example how the atmospheric pressure acting on a cardboard. So this is the example. Plastic cup you have to take, water filled with water, cardboard having some finite size, water is there. If you place this cardboard on the surface of the glass containing liquid, and by pressing it and by tilting this glass, on that surface atmospheric pressure will act. If this atmospheric pressure is greater than or equal to weight of the water, then this will fix up for a few moments, for a few seconds. It is because of atmospheric pressure. So this is the activity, very simple activity you can do, but by which we can understand what is atmospheric pressure, and what is the unit of pressure, and what is the value of atmospheric pressure, by which device we can measure, and with rubber sucker example and activities. So if if we are looking how the atmospheric pressure is changing, on which factor atmospheric pressure is depend. Now next topic is variation of atmospheric pressure with altitude. What is altitude? What is altitude? The height above the sea level. The height above the sea level is called altitude. Now it is observed that with the increase in the height, if height is increasing from the surface of the earth, if suppose we are moving in upward direction from the surface of the earth, it means height is increasing. If height increases, pressure decreases. With the increase in the height, pressure will be decreased. That is, atmospheric pressure will be decreased. It is because of, as I told you, this is earth and this is earth atmosphere. It is made up of thin layers. Thin layers of air, or you can say gases. Thin layer of gases. So as we go in upward direction, the layers will become thin. As we go in upward direction from the surface of earth, the layers of the gases become thinner, and if less means we can say if thin layers is there, pressure will decrease. So at the on the surface of earth, pressure is more in comparison if we are moving in upward direction with some few meters in upward direction. If we are moving in upward direction with few meters, the pressure will decrease because of thin layer of gases. Then pressure is decreasing, or as comparison to on the surface of this is the surface of the earth. Here the pressure is more as comparison to this point. With increase in the height, pressure will decrease. That's why we feel discomfort as we move, as we sit in the airplane, because with the increase in the height of airplane, the atmospheric pressure is decreasing. So because of imbalance of atmospheric pressure, we feel discomfort, and there is another we can say another cause. If we move in upward direction in the atmosphere, we feel discomfort, or we can say the pain will be in our ears. We can feel pain will be in our ears. It is because of imbalance, or as we moving in upward direction in the atmosphere. So basically, with the increase in the height, atmospheric pressure will be decreased. In the same case, you can think So these are the examples, if we are sitting in the plane, we feel discomfort, or by in the case of elevator, if you move up and down, your ears will be in pain. You will feel a pain in your ears. It is because of atmospheric pressure. As we know that inside the body, there is internal pressure is also there because of movement of bloods and liquids. So in that case, internal pressure increases as comparison to the outer pressure, that is atmospheric pressure. That's why, due to the imbalance in the pressure, that is internal pressure as comparison to the atmospheric pressure. So due to the imbalance of atmospheric pressure, we feel discomfort. So these are the examples of how atmospheric pressure changes with altitude. Altitude means basically it is height. So this is all about of today's lecture. You have to learn this topic by try to understand this topic from this video, or you can learn these topics from your book. So this is all about of today's video lecture. Thank you.